Hello YouTube, this is pretty much my first video. I wanted to show you guys my collection. I've been recently getting involved in a series called Acceleracers. It was recommended to me through, the fandoms and a fan of fantasy castings. I've never seen this and I'm pretty old already. But I'm starting to fall in love with this series, like I said. And I'm thankfully lucky enough to find these. Supposedly they're super hard. And thankfully I'm, like I said, able to get lucky. And you may be seeing the prices here like, damn, that's pretty pricey. And yeah, they are pretty pricey. That's because supposedly they're just, like I said, hard to find. There's a guy I know in town that has a lot of sealed Hot Wheels cars, and no one really buys them. And I guess, like I said, I got lucky. And you're probably thinking, you paid all that much money just to buy these things? Nope. I do a lot of trading. I don't really sell. I hate selling Hot Wheels cars. I think that kind of ruins the whole collecting and, the whole scalping situation. I don't think that's how it should go. I just trade and trade and trade. I help them hunt and stuff. I don't even like super treasure hunts either. It's very rare for me to keep a super treasure hunt. It has to be like a lot of rally style or rally racing. I used to do that back home in the Midwest. But yeah. Now let's see. I got this one yesterday for 20 bucks. And you're probably saying $20 for riveted. Well, I bought a whole bunch and he just said 20 bucks for the whole lot, and I'm pretty sure riveted goes for more than $20 on eBay alone. So I do have a sealed copy somewhere here. Let's see. Yep, right here. But this one I'm never gonna open. It's really clean packaging. And yeah, I know the cards are still in there, and I'm pretty sure people want to collect all the cards too, but sorry, I'm gonna keep these pretty sealed. I need to clean it up a bit. It's got some resin in there or something. So let's open this right here. I guess these little cones come in handy, huh? I guess that's the feature. Leaning against. I got a little stack of cones over here to help me do that. So let's see. Maybe from this side would be better. And yeah, you guys are probably getting upset, devaluing this product, but this card is pretty beat up and it's very dirty. It's not worth it, in my opinion, to keep it sealed. There's a card pack. I think maybe riveted might already be in this card pack. Like some of the cards, depending on what card you have, they might already be in the pack. But look at that. Riveted. This is probably my favorite of the Acceleracers. And my favorite character too, Taro Kitano. I have a lot of different variants of this car. Like all the recolors, even the ones that came in like little packs, or not 5 packs, mostly like exclusive track sets and stuff. But this is my favorite car right here, and thankfully I have a loose one now. I don't have to go hunting for that anymore. And yeah, I got a lot of road beasts of the Highway 35 sets. These I got lucky as well. Of course, Banji is probably my favorite character of this series. I do have 2 Duro 2s, the Wave Rippers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I may just give them out or trade them. For sure, may actually just keep one sealed in the thing and maybe display the other. Maybe the other one I'll give away, who knows. Maybe somebody will leave a comment and maybe I can trade with somebody if they're willing to for another Highway 35 car. But these are the only ones that have sealed that are Highway 35. I want to rip that packaging. I want to mess up the... I don't even want to tear the bag, but I mean I might have to. Ooh! Okay, thankfully. I don't even collect Pokemon. Oh yeah! That is cool. So I guess, yeah. I guess you will see. Hell yeah. I have this as actually a profile picture in my Xbox. I use it. Look at that. That is pretty cool. Sorry about the quality. My shitty little phone. But it's pretty cool. Let's get a close up of the car. Sorry, I didn't even do that, huh? Look at that. Middle Maniacs is probably my favorite team in the Acceleracers. I don't hate the Teku. I love everything about the movie slash show series, but Middle Maniacs have been more on my vibe. But speaking of, I guess we can show you these here. My little cheap case I have here. I do have some loose ones. Look at that. I think this is a jackhammer driven by Pork Chop. I got lucky and hit flea markets. Some people just sell them for $1, you know. If you're looking for some Acceleracers, go to y'all's flea markets and, you know, see if you can get a good deal with a whole bunch of Hot Wheels for, you know, $5 for a whole bag, or you never know what. Maybe you can lowball somebody or make trades. Look at that. That's Banji. Castillo's Ballistic. Probably my favorite character, like I said, from the Highway 35. Let's see what else is in here. Oh yeah, look at that. Another Road Beast. Remember? Zodic. Take that box cutter away. I hope, like, oh, I did get some Teku ones. Look at that. Yeah, they're pretty faded. I mean, they're really old Hot Wheel. Well, not super old, but I mean, you know, kids beat the hell out of them, and they don't know what they had back then, pretty much. And well, to be honest, it's a kid's toy, you know, so it's not a. That's how they should be played with, just rough. I do know some of these people like to keep clean. I really don't mind whatever you do with it. You know, you have your junker beaters and your mint ones. Hollaback, Torquemadax's car. It's another pretty popular, I guess because he's a team leader, you know. I think there's 2 different variations of this. I have a lot of Torx cars I've come across. Even the McDonald's promos, I have a couple of those. I know one of them is like a matte red, and the other is like, yeah, you could tell they're really old and faded. They were definitely played with, which is kind of nice. It gives it history, you know. I found this one last weekend at the flea market. A little bit better than the one I got previously. Yeah, because this baseline is messed up. Look at that. All the paint's fading, and I mean, they're all fading. They're really old, like I said. A couple of years old. This one's a little bit better condition. Still fading, but not bad. You know, I still collect them even if they are missing wheels and whatever. You know, you can fix them. Look at that slingshot. I found this one as well with the baseline that same day. This one's definitely beat up more. This one I did have to pay a little bit extra because he was weighing them. I guess because older Hot Wheels, it's all metal. This one's pretty heavy. It's pretty much metal on metal. Let's see. Speaking of riveted, favorite casting. Even got the Monster Jam Hot Wheels. I have a sealed copy of this too. I'm trying to collect all the different variations. I'm talking like those crash pop-up outs or pop-outs, whatever they're called, monster trucks, different colors. Even the scale models are huge ones. Let's see if I can show you guys the carded ones better, because I just kind of glimpsed it for you guys. Fire Rage, there's Nolo. Yeah, but like I said, sorry, these aren't going to be open. I know some people are going to be upset, but I like to have 2 of each. The guy I know actually has 2 of everything, so I'm going to open one and then seal the others, because I do plan on making a display for the Acceleracers RDO2. The drones, pretty much. The bad guys. Or good guys, who knows? I mean, that show got canceled, sadly, before it started getting... Well, it was already good, but it was getting better. It just kind of leaves you at a cliffhanger, which makes the show better, in my opinion, when it's like that. But there it is. It's a better looking one compared to my beat up junker looking ones. It's Torque. Look at that. Pristine. These I don't know if I'm going to open, because I have, like I said, sealed copy and then a loose copy. So if I come across other sealed ones that are kind of beat up, I probably will open them on video. It depends on how this video goes. I don't know. It's my first time. You see, that's $30, but I got all these for free. Like I said, I traded everything. Everything's traded. Like I said, I don't sell. I always trade. The guy I got these from does like to sell more, but I hunt a lot for him, so he's nice enough to just give me the ones I want. And he doesn't really like fantasy cars, and he doesn't know why this is popular. Oh, well, a lot of people don't. It's not very well known, you know. It's a small community. I want to think it's a small community because it's kind of a kids thing, you know. We were all kids when the show came out, and everyone's older now. You know, so there's $90. Spinebuster's pretty popular. Baseline is probably the same price as I think Galorum. They go for like $100, but I'm gonna be thankful enough to get those for free. So Jackhammer, $30, and I'm pretty sure the value is gonna go up eventually, because this is his pricing when he sells them at conventions. But he said, why not just get it now? Because if I don't, they're gonna go even more in value, which is true. I mean, that's what Hot Wheels sellers do, and people that go to conventions, they try to price everything super ridiculously high. I know what I got, you know, but hey, that's how they make a living, and that's their life, pretty much. Oh, let me get a close-up, I guess, of these. Here's a Dior too. Very popular casting. Vert Wheeler, I think, is the guy's name. For some reason, he's called Joseph here. I don't know if that's his original name. You Highway 35 fans, let me know. I don't know anything about that. Look at that. But I got two of these. I'm definitely going to open this one. You can see sun damage is pretty faded, and it's kind of hard to see. So I don't mind keeping one of them in good condition. The other one I might just give away or trade, who knows. There's Ballistic. There's Banji Castillo's car. Not really a fan of the car as much, but I do love the driver. He's probably my favorite. All the quotes he says and stuff like that. I think this is power pipes. I think so. Yeah, I can't remember. I know there's power pistons, but that's the only one that has the... Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, well, speaking of Banji, there he is. I forgot. I think these come... Yeah, that's power pistons. I think they come with comic books. Supposedly the comic book is different from the movie. I think Banji wins in the comics. I think Vert wins in the movie. So this one has a movie set. I might actually open this because I bought it in a small little town, and the house was pretty dirty. I'm not gonna lie. It's very grimy. I cleaned it up the best I could, but it still feels kind of like smudgy. Like it's got like a lot of resin on it. Or if someone wants to trade, maybe I'll find someone later. Keep it sealed for now. It's just kind of cracked, and it's really old, and you know, it's a VHS copy. I'm sure it still works, but everyone guarantee wants the DVDs. Even the DVDs go pretty high in value. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the community. Like I said, it's kind of rare. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, I'm just barely starting, to be honest. I just got hooked on this series. Let's put these back. I don't want to mess them up. But yeah, I really wanted to open this and maybe, you know, show you all the same experience and help you guys start getting collected. Oh, I freaking love Riveted. I have so many pictures and profile pictures of this car. It's my favorite. Thankfully now I have the cards. I think I may actually start collecting the cards. I may need to buy a binder and start putting them in there. I'm pretty sure this game is dead. I don't think anybody plays this card game anymore. It's super old. Look at that. That's pretty cool. But thanks for joining, and who knows, maybe I'll get some more in the next video. I'm just kind of a test more than anything. I do have loose ones. Maybe if you guys want to see those, you know, show you guys all my riveted, I'll show you those. It'll probably be a short video because I don't have that many variations of riveted. But hey, who knows? Let me know. Thanks.